Saturday night turned into a police public relations nightmare for the Metropolitan Police, and indeed for the politicians who have allowed the police to become politicized. And it manifested itself during the vigil for Sarah Everard, the murdered girl who was attacked not so far away from where this vigil took place. Hundreds of women, mostly, from all over London turned up at Clapham Common to light candles and mark the death of this unfortunate woman. And the police, very heavily handed, marched in on them and first of all stood in front of the candles and the bouquets and the flowers and barred them from access, and then slowly moved in, arrested some face down in the mud and took them away. And this was truly appalling to watch on television. The scale of this PR disaster was revealed by the presence only a short time earlier of the Duchess of Cambridge, Catherine, our future Queen, by the way, who turned up effectively on her own, or at least apparently. There were security guards, but they were pretty inconspicuous, and laid her own posy of daffodils on the pile of others left by well-wishers towards the Everard family on the death of, and the loss of their daughter. The way that the police behaved here, quite unnecessarily, against a large number of harmless and unarmed women who had simply come along in the fresh air where COVID is not easily spread, on the basis that this is a breach of lockdown. This will rebound on the police, not just at a copper level at the street, but right up through the ranks to Dame Cressida Dick, who is the Metropolitan Police Commissioner. And it was, after all, the buck stops with Cressida Dick here. She is the one who would have ordered, or at least allowed the order to go through, to remove these people or to ban the vigil altogether, even though similar vigils were taking place across the country, very peaceful, no disruption, and the only pretext for banning them was the possible risk of spreading COVID, a bug which cannot easily be spread in the fresh air anyway, which is diminishing rapidly. The latest death figures are now below 100 for the last 24 hours. And I think that in any event, it just looked appallingly heavy-handed, draconian and totalitarian. I think questions also have to be put to the City Hall and London Mayor Sadiq Khan, who after all is the ultimate authority on London policing and would have known exactly what was going on from the moment that the vigil was banned by the police, and could easily have stepped in instead of sitting back and watching it all, I presume, on television. This is the mayor, after all, who is under fire over the appalling wave of knife crime and deaths on his patch over the last 2 or 3 years, which has escalated wildly. But this isn't just Mayor Khan, it isn't just the police either. This is about politics and the way that the police have gradually shifted the emphasis of crime and punishment, including not just the police again, but the Crown Prosecution Services and the courts and the judges, who are dishing out lenient sentences to serious offenders and basically not pursuing, charging and putting on trial people guilty of the sort of sex offences that led to the death of Sarah Everard last week. And I think that these are questions that are going to have to be answered. Why are they not policing our streets? Why are they not taking action against the many hundreds of rape allegations, of which barely 3% are being result in an actual police charge? Why are they shutting police stations all over the country? And why are they simply spending their time chasing hate crime instead of real crime, which worries people most?